Hello, my name is Amy Blackwelder, and this presentation is on managing company changes and mergers effectively. This is for the capstone class MAN 4900. The recession over the last few years has brought an unprecedented number of changes for many companies, including merging with or being acquired by companies, as well as internal restructuring. Most companies have found that their performance post-change or post-merger declines, and that the organization struggles to return to previous performance levels. In the current climate, organizations are experiencing increasing pressure to improve productivity and reduce cost over tougher market demands that are being placed on them. These pressures causing organizations to fundamentally rethink how they operate, and as a consequence, what they need to see differently from their managers and staff to survive. A merger is a transaction where two firms agree to integrate their operations on a relatively co-equal basis because they have resources and capabilities that together may create stronger competitive advantage. Organizations spend endless hours planning the details of the change process of a merge, but often overlook the human dynamics of a change. Well-intentioned projects often fail because the people were not appropriately involved or informed. The proper way to implement a process for success, there should be a clear vision for change, and everyone must understand what it means for them personally. Senior managers must demonstrate their commitment to the change by regularly walking the walk. Managers and staff must understand what is expected of them and be clear about what they need to deliver. For example, changes to working practice, increased productivity, etc. The way that managers and staff are measured and managed is congruent with the changes needed. People are involved in the change and can help shape the outcomes within their areas of responsibility. There are regular two-way communications. Individuals listen to, and their expectations are managed effectively. Managers have the skills, capability, and confidence to manage the reaction to the change both in themselves and their team. Everyone is encouraged to behave in line with the changes, and consequential actions are taken if they don't. The changes needed to existing people and business policies, procedures, and measures are clear and known. What an employee might expect from a leader: sensible planning, confident and effective decision-making, regular and complete communication is timely, support, concern and commitment to their welfare, honesty and frankness. In order to manage a merger successfully, a manager must be realistic in workflow planning. Plan for people to be less productive than normal as they deal with the changes. Expect to lose some good people who are not comfortable with the new organization. The survivors from both companies will have to deal with new people, new procedures, possibly more work, and loss of previous coworkers and friends. I actually went through a change where two companies merged, and it was kind of a tough transition, I guess. We did lose a lot of key people, and the company morale was just completely out of whack. A lot of people were worried about their jobs, and as a result, I actually jumped shipped and moved to another state. I guess I just didn't want to go down with that ship because I didn't really agree with some of the things that were going on. This quote is from my boss from that company. He says, "The change my company encountered was a result of a recent acquisition, has been disorderly, but not entirely surprising. Merging further processes, functions, management, and even culture of two large companies is a difficult progression. The single most difficult aspect has been transitioning from a single decision maker for the entire company to many decision makers for varying aspects such as accounting, human resources, maintenance, operations, etc. I believe the transition could have been managed a little better from both sides if communication had been a bigger priority. Executive management was so focused on closing on the sale that many of our key management personnel we're left with little to no information concerning directions, expectations, and roles. Uncertainty is inherent to change of this type, but communication would have eliminated an enormous amount of uncertainty. I believe we lost several key individuals, including one executive, due entirely to the lack of communication. In the long run, this will be a positive change and will help us secure a foothold on growth in our market. However, in the short run, we are struggling to effectively communicate that. This is the conclusion. When companies merge, it can be a very stressful time for the entire company. There are different policies, procedures, and cultures that can create stress for all people involved. It is best for managers to be as upfront and honest as possible, even if the truth is something that an employee may not want to hear. It is also important to remember that there are many factors that need to be kept informed of changing processes, such as subcontractors and vendors. When it comes down to what is important, a company cannot operate without employees, subs, and vendors. Thanks.